This YouTube show is about two brothers from regional Australia, an accountant and a trader. Together, they have developed groundbreaking trading indicators under the moniker AlphanumetriX. Watch each week as they manage a $50,000 portfolio and battle against the S&P 500.
Welcome to episode 4 of AlphanumetriX YouTube channel. I'm so excited to bring you today's show. There's so much going on. Bitcoin is absolutely imploding and it's what we've been waiting for. Looking for a great entry to get in for a long-term position trade. Portfolio looks great. A lot's going on. A lot to cover in today's show. Let's get straight into it. Okay, starting with the portfolio as we always do. We're currently in $111 profit after 4 weeks, 1.5%, but adjusted for the Bitcoin trade that we made, we're actually in 6% profit on the portfolio so far. We are crushing the S&P 500 as I hoped we would. A couple of the trades aren't performing very well. The Square trade and the, what was the other one? The Zoom trade are not doing very well, but everything else looks really good. We'll run through that later in the show. Let's get over to Bitcoin. We don't need to talk about this just yet. We need to talk about Bitcoin, all right? So, how do we look? We are looking terrible on Bitcoin. It's extremely scary. You're probably all freaking out. But this is what we've been waiting for. We've been waiting for the perfect buy the dip opportunity. As we always do, we are looking at the 3-day time frame. What are we looking for? Those of you who have been following along at home know what we are looking for on this. We are looking for a green diamond on the 3-day time frame, an absolute capitulation drop down where we can swoop in as sophisticated investors. Here's another one. We're going back through time here. We've done this every week because it just keeps making sense to be on guard for this at all times. Here's another one. Here's a few more. There's only been 7 in the history of Bitcoin, and for my money they've all been great times to buy into Bitcoin. So, what do we need to see? Where is it going to happen? I don't know, but I think that we're imminently going to expect a green diamond at 42,773. I think an absolute flash crash is going to occur, triggering the green diamond, triggering your boy Matt to buy in, and hopefully you guys as well. Why I'm so keen to buy in and buy against the trend, which I never want to do. You want to be buying with the bullish cross on AlphanumetriX, buying into strength. There's only one exception to when I'll buy into Bitcoin. I always want to buy into strength on a bullish cross, except off a green diamond. And what's really interesting to note is the previous areas that have had green diamonds here and back further, that has been the floor. That has been the vicinity of the floor. That was exactly the floor. But what I'm interested in is the fact that those times, the last 2 that we've had, were in that $3,000-$4,000 range. So if our Bitcoin floor is coming in, let's say it comes in at 36 or 35 or 38 or somewhere like that, that's the new floor for me for Bitcoin. That's now the baseline, and we can go lower than that. I don't even care if we go lower than that. From that point, I'm ready to start allocating to Bitcoin. Now, that doesn't mean I'm going to 10x leverage from that position, but it certainly means that I'm going to start DCAing in from that point. Absolutely. And I can't. This is a really scary time. The charts look terrible. This is really exciting time. It's a time to pay attention, not to go dormant. Bitcoin is looking really interesting. I'm going to tell you a story, and I wasn't planning on doing this, but I'm going to do it. There's a really smart guy I know. Let's just call him Stu. He's actually my brother. This guy has got multiple degrees in economics. He's worked in finance. He's worked as an auditor. He works for the government. He's done this for 15 years. And 2 years ago, I remember specifically where we were. We'd already had the bottom. I'd already bought here, but the price was around $5,000. And I said to him, man, you've got to be buying Bitcoin at this price. And at this point, he wasn't a Bitcoiner because he was too traditional. He'd gone through the system. He was trained to be skeptical of markets. And I said, look, how many times have we been over $10,000? Well, it had been about 3 or 4 times we had been over $10,000. So at $5,000, I said to him, just buy some Bitcoin here and sell it at $10,000. You will double your money. And it doesn't matter how long it takes. I 100% believe that one day, whether it's this year, next year, or at one point, Bitcoin will go to $10,000 again. It's done it plenty of times before. It's gonna do it again. So at $5,000, you gotta be buying some Bitcoin. Well, he didn't. He wasn't interested in Bitcoin. He became interested in Bitcoin, I don't know, at around $20,000 when we broke the all-time high, the previous all-time high. Then he started reading the Safedin's book, The Bitcoin Standard. He started listening, he started paying attention. Now he's as big a Bitcoiner as I am. He's been totally yellow pilled. But I see this drop down to say 38, 36, wherever it is, I don't know where. I view that as the same type of situation where can you say with an open heart that it'll never go to $50,000 again, or it'll never go to $60,000 again? I can't say that. I believe at one point we will get to $60,000 again from, if we drop down to 37, I'm sure one day, it's already done it twice, we will get back to $60,000 again. And that would be a 62% gain on that investment. That is why I'm excited to buy it off Green Diamonds, because the risk reward is so good. If you have a long time horizon, if you can just say to yourself, it doesn't matter if it goes any lower, I'll just keep adding at that point. The lower we go past the Green Diamond, the greater the risk reward is. Just keep adding. As soon as we hit the Green Diamond on the 3-day, you can start buying a little bit, buy 5%, buy 10%, just keep adding. The lower we go past that, the better the opportunity is for a risk reward trade. If you don't believe me, go to AlphanumetriX.com, get AlphanumetriX indicator and do your own back testing of this indicator of how often and how good on any asset buying on a Green Diamond is for terms of risk reward. Just buy it from there and just hold it. Okay, that's enough on Bitcoin for today. I've been saying the same thing in every show, and I seriously believe it. This is not financial advice. It's just, well, it sounds like financial advice. It is not financial advice. Let me make that very clear. But it is what I'm doing. It is what my brother's doing, and we've been doing it for a little while. I've been doing it for a really long while, and it's consistently been good. I've made most of my money off 2 trades. I trade it every day, but this trade here, I bought exactly at 38, and in this range here, I bought all through this range here under the Green Diamond, and those 2 trades alone, which I'm still into today, have been the most profitable things I've ever done in my life. And I will be doing that again if we get that Green Diamond. We've beaten a dead horse here, so let's go into the stocks. Stock watch for the week. Alright, so we're going to start here on these. I've rearranged these tabs to signify different things. The red is things that you should be out of, and I'm going to show you why AlphanumetriX is so good. When you see these red things, these red tabs here, you'll start to understand what I'm talking about and how to use AlphanumetriX. For stocks, we look at the weekly time frame. All right, let's get into it. I'm just going to click through. Bearish cross. Bearish cross. Bearish cross, okay? And these continue to go. I've put the red tab next to bearish crosses. But what I want you to notice is, from the green buy signal to the bearish cross, how good these trades have been. All of them. All of them. Buy, out. Buy, out. And this is the problem of not getting out on the signals. Buying, you get out here, don't keep holding, because these things are starting to look really scary. Some of these, from the buy signals to the exit, they may recover, but you can always buy back. You want to be buying here, taking profits on the Green Diamonds, continually trimming out, and then be fully out. That's how we manage the portfolio, to be fully out. Don't let it go through a full 60-80% correction and you're still holding. Just get out of them and rotate back into cash. You can always buy back in. So they're the stocks that I've got identified here as being dangerous right now with the red. The green are stocks that we've bought. Have a look at these and you'll see something different than those red tab trades. These are all starting to look positive. Oh, look at this, green diamond, cross. We didn't get in there, we got in back here 3 weeks ago. Buy. Let's go through them. Starting to curve up. This one hasn't performed that well, but we're buying off the diamond. It's coming up. Zoom. Of Verizon. Look at this. Oh, digital world acquisitions. They're all starting to come around our way. Everything's starting to roll over for the new year. What I'm so excited about this portfolio square, this is the trade that's not going that great for us, but we're just staying in it, who cares? What I'm excited about is that in time this portfolio is really going to start pumping up, and you'll be able to see what I'm talking about all these weeks later, that these are starting to turn around. We're entering in strength, or we're buying off a green diamond. So that's the portfolio so far. It's really starting to turn around. I believe this year the whole thing's going to move up and we are going to crush the S&P 500. Let me come back in here. But Bitcoin is absolutely on high alert right now. All my focus is on Bitcoin. I'm looking to load up on Bitcoin and stay in these trades just like we did in the previous cycles when we had the green diamond come in. It's all happening right now. It's really tempting just to fall asleep during this period because Bitcoin's not exciting. This is the time to get excited and to be really laser focused. If you want your laser eyes on Twitter, this is the time you need to be watching. That's the show for this week. It's been really exciting. I've had some great feedback. The show is really kicking off more than I could have ever have hoped for. Go to AlphanumetriX.com. Have a look at the products that we have. I think you'll be really surprised with how much they can help you develop your portfolios. Keep an eye on Bitcoin. See you next week, guys. Thank you so much.